relationship-ish, where we talk about the cornerstone of every relationship, connections. 9 p.m.
We're live.
Marriage, sex,
And we're having a great time already.
yourself, your family, divorce, your ex, your co-workers, your friends, your situation, your lover, your mother, you name it, connections. And we always have a great time.
Of course you had to mess
With your
it up, right?
hosts, V and Cash.
Hello, and you know what night it is. It is Thursday night, and it is time for Relationship-ish, where we talk about the connection of every relationship is connection. All right, so how are you doing today,
I feel
V?
overwhelmed. I'm not used to working in the summer. I mean, I work every summer at a camp, but I'm not used to working, still having to deal with the ramifications of my dad's heart disease and just keeping up with my family and social life and bills. And I'm like overwhelmed. That's how I'm feeling. And you have a new baby. So how are you feeling?
Life is crazy. Forget about the new baby. I mean, the new baby is crazy, but also new baby, new house, moving in. As you could tell, there's an echo. It's an echo in here because there's nothing, everything's in boxes. So it's crazy. It is a crazy time. And I even messed up our tagline. We talk about the cornerstone of every relationship, connection. Oh my God. How
Wait.
are you?
I have no makeup on. Seriously, no makeup on. I have lipstick, and not even the good lipstick. You know the lipstick that's at the bottom of your bag, just in case. That's the lipstick I have on because I had my makeup in my hand, didn't have time to put it on. Then I can't find it now. So I'm like, so don't say, what happened, V? Are you sick? Because I'm not sick. This is what I look like when I don't have any makeup on. I'm just saying. I don't have, like, I have the bad lipstick. The
I'm
bad lipstick at the bottom of the bag.
so you probably think the song is about. Okay, so
No,
I
that
just
has
want
nothing
to
to do
tell
with
you,
being vain. She always confuses vain with
she
insecurity. Insecurity
about.
is because
Okay,
you know you don't look good without makeup. That's insecurity. That's not vain. Vain is you know you look good without the makeup. I know I don't. So I'm like, that's the opposite of vain. It's
okay. So
insecurity, not
everybody, let's
vanity.
take a little story and go past. You
Okay.
know, I moved. I'm in a new house.
Yes.
I've been here almost not a month quite.
Okay.
V met my neighbor next door. As soon as she drove up, the welcoming committee came out, and then he was like, "Oh, I hope they look like you." I said, "Yes, V, do it, honey." I have yet to see the new neighbor and been invited over. Not even one day, not one time, not even a wave,
I think it was my
not even
short
a
shorts. You know, I
wave.
had short shorts on, and you know, I like to wear my short shorts. I think that, you know.
Honey, I've had on shorts. I've had on bras, just running outside. I've had on my biker shorts. I've had on everything. I have not seen the new neighbor at all.
You're making me laugh.
But we saw our new neighbor in
It was
5 minutes
very
of being here. Oh, going so very nice. I've
nice.
not seen him. Anybody seen him? Anybody seen him? No,
Neighbor
I
is
haven't
now
seen
and
him.
goes, hi, Nikki G. Nikki G said neighbor is now.
Because only you have seen him, so I'm wondering.
I've seen him and his little buddy who lives somewhere, I don't know, who used to live near me. He said, you used to live there. You don't live there now. But anyway, how was your week?
My week.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. My week is crazy. I told you, we have a newborn, new house, new everything, just running amok, trying to figure out how this town works. So
Yeah, forget about it. You're in a new town. You don't know where everything is yet. Oh my
and
goodness.
it was the stupidest things. I went, yeah, the days are
I don't
definitely
blame you.
blending, Nikki. I took my wife to go to, she had to go get her car serviced. And she was like, I'm hungry. So I was like, oh, let's go to blah, blah, blah. We're driving. 20 minutes later, she's like, wouldn't it be closer if we found something by our house and not the old house? I was like, yeah, I didn't think about that. 40 minutes later to get a bacon, egg, and cheese. It wasn't worth it. Let me just tell you. I was so angry with myself. So I'm just like, what is the last place you would be caught dead?
Oh, the last I already know this answer because I lived it. I would not go into a strip club, and the reason I know I won't go into a strip club is because my friend was tracking her now ex-husband, I'll say, and she found he was at the strip club. So she didn't want to go by herself, so she went with me. She took me along, and then she's like, so can you go in there and tell him I'm outside? I'm like, what? No, I'm not going in there. She said, well, will you come with me? I'm like, no, I'm not coming with you. So she had to call his friend, and his friend came and went in with her. I'm not going to strip club. I feel like
Why?
I feel some kind of way. It's my like reputation. So what I think is I teach a lot of like kids, and all my life I have, even if I'm not teaching them now, but I am teaching kids now dance. And I just feel like I don't want to bump into somebody's uncle, father, neighbor and go, oh, I saw Miss V at the strip club. And you know what? I'm grown and I could be there, but it's the reputation. It's just like you can drink
What's the
alcohol. It's
reputation?
illegal.
What's gonna happen?
Well, I don't know. It just seems not. It's like my friend when she went on vacation and she went to Aruba and everybody was taking off their tops and she took off her top and she saw her neighbor and she wanted to die. And she was like this, because it's a small world. You run into people from everywhere. And she was just like, so
She's
now
talking
her
about
neighbor
a
has
neighbor. She's talking about a neighbor, but it was B.
no, because I've
She's
never
like,
been to Aruba. So, and I won't go to strip club. I'm not that person. I'm not secure enough to, and I'm not going in a strip club. I don't know what's there, but I don't want to know. I'm not really interested in that. I don't like that kind of stuff. So it's not like I need to know. Whatever I think it is in my head, that's good enough for you. How about you? What place would you be not put dead?
the last place I would be
Yes.
caught dead in. I think a bathroom in the subway. I'm not going
Oh,
to anybody's bathroom,
in the
in
subway
anybody's
on top of the
subway, in
woo,
anybody's park in New York. I'm not doing that. So
in the subway. Oh man,
even when in my days where I would like have a lot of libation,
mhm.
and lots and lots of libation, I would still. I can't say that. I mean, I'm going to tell you what I used to do. I think every female who went to a club in New York City has seen a female do this, and I've done it. Go between two parked cars, and that's all I'm going to say. Go between two parked cars, and that's what I've done. But I'm not going to any subway bathroom. I'm not going to any public bathroom. I don't even want when you're inside the club or the lounge, and then they have the bathroom after the first hour. Can you say it again? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I cannot do those public. Even in the beach, when you go to the beach and you have to pee because you're wet and you're sandy, and then you have to go use the bathroom. You're muted. B, you've muted yourself. So
Here, you know when
Mhm.
the wet bathroom of the beach, and people take off their shoes and they walk in there barefoot, and I just feel like, I'm like, really?
No, ma'am. And if anybody knows Cash, they know it is just too dirty and nasty. I cannot. I barely use the bathroom at work. Barely.
Yes.
It's like if I have to be the first one in the bathroom in the morning, or I wait for the janitor to come around and then I go right after the janitor left the bathroom. And that is like way later in the day.
I don't
Uh-uh.
care about that because I don't touch anything in the bathroom. I don't sit on anybody's toilet bowl. I don't. I'm like I'm okay because I don't really feel like I'm going to catch anything because I'm not willing to touch anything. So
Mm.
I even have tissues in my pocket so that when I turn on the water, if they don't have the water like this, and you have to turn on use that tissue for that. They're out to use another tissue to turn it off because I can't touch it. My hands are now clean. I really can't touch it. And then you have to, you know what? You have to get your elbow to try to open up the door. Finally, somebody comes out. You're like, yay! So you can go.
You know, I'm that
touch that
person.
door.
I
You don't
will
want to touch
just
that
be
door.
like here the whole time, like in prayer waiting for that girl to come through that door. I'm like, oh, thank you. They can't even get in. I'm like, thank you. Mm-mm. So don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. We're on all social platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. Lemonade. We're on Lemonade. Do it. Spotify. Do it. Anyway, so tell your mother to tell your
This
uncle
B
to tell your
system
brother
for
to tell your cousin.
yes, that's my system for public bathrooms. I'm not sitting on anybody's toilet bowl. I don't care. I'm not making a nest. I'm not. It's that I cannot. So there will be no skin touching anything by accident because no, I'm not touching anything because people don't wash their hands and they walk in and out of the bathroom and they are
Forget
disgusting.
about washing your hands. People go and blink on the seat. Mm-mm.
Yes, yes,
You
but
know
they
how
don't
I
wash their
feel.
hands after they wipe their butt
Okay,
and then
let's
they,
stop
you
this.
know.
Mm-mm. Making me nauseous again. In
Because
fact,
you
I'm gonna
know
use.
when you have to unlock the thing to get out, people touch that and then they think they're gonna wash their hands clean. I'm like, you can't touch that because you didn't wash your hands before you touched that. You still in the toilet, so you're opening up the door with your dirty hand. No, and oh no. Oh, when I went to the bathroom
So
to change my clothes, and my friend was like, "Why are you washing your hands?" Because I didn't know I was going to the bathroom, so I didn't have tissue, so I had to lock the door so I could change my clothes. Then I unlocked the door. I had to wash my hands because I touched that thing, and she was like, "I never thought about that." I was like, "You didn't go to the bathroom, so why are you washing your hands?" I'm like, "Yeah, take the thing." I'm like, "Oh." And she's like, I wouldn't have washed my hands. I didn't think about it like that. I'm like, well, see, the thing is, I think I'm going to say Cash always says, like, I'm so vain or whatever, but I think that Cash and I are very similar in this aspect. We don't like germs. So
but you're funny because you're like you say you take the tissue and use it. Thank God I have flexibility because boo, you know what I do when I get in the thing?
yep. Well, that's how I flush the toilet. I only use my leg. I do not use my hands to touch anybody when I
But
go in.
that's how.
Well,
So
if
anybody who's
in your
touching it with
house,
their
no, if
hands,
I'm in your house, I will do that. But if I'm in the public restroom, I'm not. I'm using my feet.
I lock it with my foot. So
Or you lock it with your foot.
yes,
I've never locked it with my foot, but I
yes, girl.
definitely
I pick up my legs. That's my dancing school day. Get the rep up, lock the door with your foot. Yes, I do. So if you're touching it, you're not touching my foot germs because I am not touching that. So today's National Day. It's National Fried Clam Day. This is very interesting because this is something that I did not know. And I love fried clams. I do not like fried oysters, but I do like fried clams. It was invented in Massachusetts, July 1916, by this couple. They were just selling chips, but it wasn't going anywhere. And so they were like, what is these fried clams? And they were like, oh, that's silly. And they fried it up. And now we have fried clams. This day in 1916.
1960.
1916. So,
Yeah,
isn't that him?
I don't really a seafood person, but
Oh, you know I do
yeah, you too are
seafood.
talented.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still Pride Month for me. Pride. Show your rainbow flag.
Fried deer.
So, yeah, that's fried clam. I love fried clams. But which I'm surprised that you don't like fried clams because you
I
like
don't.
fried calamari.
I don't hate it. I just don't like. I wouldn't order it. Like if somebody ordered it and they're like, "Would you like some?" I would take a couple. It's like the okra. I'll eat the okra if you get it, but I'm not going to order it. I don't like it like that. I don't hate it, but that's how plants are like the okra.
Okay, people, she went to a southern restaurant. That's all I'm gonna say. And tried to get a burger.
Yeah, I was gonna get a burger because you know why? I usually would get ribs, and I had ribs from some crazy place that I never even heard of. I ordered it, on DoorDash or something, and because it was storming outside and I didn't want to drive in the rain, and I've never ever had a rib that I didn't like, ever. That's how much I like ribs. I've had it from everywhere. I've had ribs that I'm not thrilled with, but not that I could not actually eat it. I could not eat it. I rinsed the ribs off and fed to the dog. Like I took all the stuff off of it. I just like washed it, and then so the dog had ribs because I'm like,
What's today's word of the week, V?
Uh-oh. Inept.
Look on your screen.
Yeah, inept. Oh, I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm looking at my phone. Here's the thing. I'm usually looking on my iPad, and my phone can only give me half at a time. It's a pain in the neck. Inept, which is what I am today when it comes to this podcast. Unskilled. It's an adjective, and it means like unskilled, unable to do, whatever it is.
It seems like someone might be inept in the bedroom. That sounds like something sexual. Oh, baby, I feel inept today. Like,
so listen, Cash, if you were dating someone and you really like them and you finally slept with them, but you've been dating for like a month and a half or 3 months, whatever time it is that's your time before you would sleep with them. And so you've had fun with them and everything. Now you finally slept with them and it was okay. Would you tell them? Would you stay with them? Would you not say anything and just try to make it happen like differently? What would you do? A friend of mine actually asked me that yesterday. I was like, oh, I don't really. So what's your answer? Your answer is you're gone?
yeah.
Oh, because you would be gone.
Ghosted. You got ghosted. You got ghosted. Yes, you got ghosted.
Okay,
that is.
Nikki said, "How bad?"
I don't know if you did all of that.
Not like she just said she didn't feel like it's totally satisfied, and I was like, well, I think maybe you should say something because I mean, if he thinks you're satisfied and you're not, like that's not good because then he thinks what he did was good, so he's going to keep doing it. You need to say, maybe guide him if you like him that much. If you don't, then you could ghost him. But if you like him, I think you. But I don't know. I don't know if you can teach that. I don't know. I don't know enough of that. So I'm like, I'll ask Cash. So that's what I'm doing. What do you say, Nikki?
You know how I feel about sex, and it just, that's, man. No, that's what I'm saying. No,
No.
bye.
All right.
Tell her you really didn't like them in the first place.
So listen.
So
What
I'm
about
listening.
P Diddy? What about it?
I
Are
think
you
we're going
shocked?
backwards in every single facet, in every single way of our lives. I think we're going back in this country to where everything is crazy. I don't understand. Like the testimony, my friend was doing the testimony. She would reenact the testimony. She was like, "Yo, did he be in the corner with a hat on, with his bandana, and be like, yeah, get it some more, get it some more, yeah, 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 yeah." I'm like, okay, you reenact this, and you have testified with all this stuff in your mouth, and all this man has gotten is 10 years. 10
Well,
years.
like, what's such a big difference in R. Kelly, who got 30 years? Do you understand?
Because R. Kelly was children. They're all underage. So all these people were of age, but
Just trafficking.
they there's trafficking. Or, well, they say it's not trafficking. It's just taking prostitutes across the border, and there's nothing wrong.
Well,
All that
they're saying it
drugs,
wasn't
and
against
it's
their
just a
will, and
lifestyle.
trafficking is like, but they're saying it wasn't against their will.
Yeah, and I think that that person Jane like messed it up because there was like, oh, I would set up the freak offs, and I would call, and he would call me, and I'd be a willing participant, and I would set them up too. And so did Cassie. Cassie was talking about how she set up certain one of the freak offs. So it's like, so you wanted it. It wasn't just him forcing you. You actually went and was like, oh, I want this, and let me call the stripper, and oh, I have it here, there, and everywhere. I'm so sore. I'm gonna call. Would you ever, if you did it and you were so turned back and sore and all of this, would you ever go and try to set one up? Like, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, no, ma'am, no. So that's what I think the biggest thing is. I think they put it back on them. Like, you did this to yourself. And this is just a lifestyle. You didn't have to be part of this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay. Which is still crazy to me. It's still very, I was so shocked. I was like, stop the front door. Just stop.
Yeah, I, I was like, no, I think somebody texted me and they're like, oh, he got off on the larger charges. I'm like, no, that's wrong. I can't look at it right now, but I know that's wrong. Girl, I was like, it's right? I was like shocked. I was totally shocked.
And one of my other people were like, I think this is gonna be like the OJ thing. People are gonna be divided. But I said, you know that guy with the orange hair? I think he's gonna pardon him. That's what I feel. I feel like he's gonna pardon him.
What?
Yeah, so he'll have no jail time. And so
Okay,
that's what
that
I
would be
truly believe.
insane. I'm sorry. That would be totally insane. Like, I'm sorry. That's this. I can't even
But think
believe.
about all these male cases that against females that nothing has, like Weinstein, Cosby, um, the
Well,
just
there's
all
tons
these
of them.
cases.
So, yeah.
There's tons of them, and they don't go anyplace. What happens? It's like dropped. It's like
Well, Cosby went
that
to
Me Too
jail.
movement has now stopped, and it's like, all games fair. Like you could do whatever you want and do whoever, and it's you didn't do anything to anybody. So I'm just really like I'm kind of nervous. Like I think everything is just going back in time. It's like really going back where you don't matter. Women don't matter. Black women don't matter. If a man does this to you and you wanted it one time, you wanted it forever. You wanted it in your mouth, nose, every hole that you had, because you asked for it one time because you're trying to act like, I want to keep this man. So
yeah, but I feel like, what about people like me? I am a sexy dresser. I like to feel sexy. That doesn't mean I want you to touch me. But then it goes to like, so I have to dress like a monk or a nun, so that, because then otherwise I'm asking for it because I like how I look this way. But then if somebody touches me, then they're like, well, you shouldn't have like your girls out. You know what I mean? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's where it's going. That's the way it's going back. It's your fault. So it's kind of nerve wracking. It's really like, are you going to be safe in this environment that we're in?
No,
That's all I'm going to say. So,
well,
just saying, that had me on pause. And
I wonder. Yeah, I'm definitely on pause, and then I'm definitely thinking about P. Diddy's mom, what she's thinking. She testified against him. She said, she had to tell the truth. So she said some things that she knew were wrong that he did, and she said that. And I'm like, I think she thought he was going to be in jail for a long time, and he's only going to be in jail for a short time, and then what? So I'm like, oh, mommy, what's going to happen now? I'm like, yikes.
But now, like all of your friends or whatever, I guess, well, because you got off, you just got a slap on the wrist and nothing happened to you. You basically, because
money talks. Like, because if he didn't have money, he would be going to jail. But he's got money, so if you have enough money, that goes to show you.
I don't think it's just enough money. You're also a man doing these things. I guarantee if a woman
He had a public defender, he would not be getting on.
A public defender, he wouldn't be having freak offs. That would be.
Oh, I think there's plenty of people having freak offs that we don't like. They're not famous, so we just don't know. I think just like this, I think there's a lot of stuff going on that we just don't know about. Like we're not privy to because we're not in that world. So you think the people who are in the strip clubs, none of them are having a little stripper party freak off thing. None of them. I think some of them are.
Well, one of the strippers that was on the trial, the Punisher. I used to follow him, girl. The Punisher. I was like, the Punisher. I was like, is this the same? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So he used to be one of the people involved in one of the freak offs. So I was like, girl, I'm glad that.
Oh my goodness.
But the Punisher, girls, if you look it up, you only have like 5 or 6 inches down there. Like 6 inches is like way max. You only have like 5 inches there. You look at this man, it's his leg all the way. What are you doing with the rest of that? You need to mail that. Anyway, that had us on pause. And this is our commercial break. We got to get a sponsor because this is getting ridiculous.
It really is. But please like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you watch or listen to your social media. We are there. Relationship-ish, the podcast. Yay! And thank you. We do have a sponsor today. That is Cash, she's the producer and the sponsor of this show. So I want to say thank you to Cash for producing and sponsoring.
Lord. So Nikki said lots of things are in favor. Wealth, gender, and it's accepted. People wait. Although people act like it's not. Yeah.
Yes.
And then how many Hollywood offenders are penalized? None, because they have the money.
Or sports people. I think the sports people as well get away with things that we don't all get away with. If you're popular, you know, you're famous enough. They don't see. They don't. They. It's like you could do no wrong.
Let's get into our podcast for today. Relationship-ish podcast with your host, and I'm Cash.
And I'm B, and this is Relationship Ish, the podcast.
So you're tired, you're broke, and you still going on vacation? Yes. All right. So that's interesting because I think we're all of those. We're tired, we are broke, and we're still gone on vacation. I just went on vacation last weekend. So yay to my friend Melly and Amira because they helped us out to go to someplace I haven't gone in years, Coney Island, and I loved it. So why have a staycation? You have a staycation, it's a mental health break. You're on 1,000. You need to come back. You need to calm down. You know, mental health is very important. In this day and age, like people are acknowledging if you want to be physically healthy, you have to be mentally healthy. So, staycation, mental break. Another reason you don't have the money, you don't have the time, and you want to do something great with your family. So let's have a staycation. And it doesn't mean that you have to just stay in your house.
You don't have to just stay in your house. And I think a lot of people go have vacation and they don't have money or they just bought a new car or whatever just happened, right? So they don't have money to go on vacation. So they're like, what are you going to do on your vacation? Well, I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to do all the stuff that I have to do in the house. And that's great if that's, you know, your goal is to get your house in order. But if you're just doing that because you don't have money to go to Hawaii, then you don't have to do that. There are plenty of things you can do that won't break the bank, so to speak, and you can still have fun and feel like you did something on your vacation because, you know, we work so hard, especially in this country. A lot of countries like start off with 6 weeks vacation. We start off with one, in some instances two. We don't get vacation. We work our butts off for those 2 weeks. And then if you work 2 more years, you'll get 3 weeks. So like we don't vacation enough. So we need our staycations. I just think we do in this country because we work really hard.
Yeah, especially when you go to Europe, and that is the crazy part of Europe. They have vacations like 8 weeks of vacation. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, they have holiday. It's expected. And every day, I think at 12 o'clock, all the shops close. I was like, what's going on? What happened? They're like, oh, it's break time. I'm like,
Yep.
oh,
Yep. And everybody having a real break, not having a break while you're, you know, you're working through your lunch, you know. Uh, we just work too hard, you know, and I feel like we deserve a staycation. If we can't afford vacation, we deserve a staycation.
So types of staycation. Are you going to take us to number one?
Number one, urban explorer. Okay, so you know you can where you can go to museums, you can go to, you know, to see different kinds of artwork, to see like, you know, all kinds of things that are in your area. You don't have to go like 3 states away, drive so far away. There's so much in your little area that you don't
Local
know.
breweries, tea places, pastry. I went on this tour. It was like chocolate and cheese tour, and I do not like chocolate, but it was a nice thing to do. And going up to the different pastry shops, like I love macaroons. So to find like all the different places in New York City that sell macaroons is kind of like a crazy thing to do. And like you're like, oh, one of my people do not like museums. They're like, they're boring, da 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 da. I'm like, they have the museum of sex, they have the museum of illusions, they have like all these cool things like the Liberty Science Museum. I'm a nerd, so they have the Math Museum.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm anti-museum, my kids are not, because I made sure that they went and they enjoyed themselves when they go. My uncle made us anti-museum. My sister's a little anti-museum too, because we would go in a museum, and then he would ask us questions like, oh, so you weren't paying attention tomorrow? We're going back there to the same museum. I'm like, again, yes, you're going to find the answers to these questions.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
like, so summer vacation, we're now doing schoolwork.
well, my mom would do the same thing. My mom would take me out of school.
Yes, but
However,
we're already in school. This is summer
it
vacation.
doesn't matter.
We're
My
going
mom,
on
if
this.
she took me to some place to be like, what was the plant that had 4 cents? And I'm like, she said, oh, I guess you're going to be doing a book report.
My mom never took us to museums. I'm not gonna lie. So
I
we
mean, places
went
that
to
you
the
can,
aquarium. We went to Broadway shows. We went a lot of things like that. We went to the botanical gardens. We went to the zoo. No museums, and I don't like them. I'm not gonna pretend
well,
that I do.
you're
But my kids, I
lucky.
did take my kids, and I did not tell them I didn't like them. So my son is a little bit like me. He's like, but he didn't know that I didn't like it. He's like, you don't like it either, mom. That later on, because I made them think that it's important. My daughter loves museums.
So one of the things when like, and it's not just here in New York, you can find a museum in almost
Everywhere.
every state you go, or historical districts. Like if you're down south and you go to Savannah, you have tea, you have pastry. Here in New York, there's Harlem, there's Greenwich Village. There's something to float everybody's boat.
Mhm.
Promise you. And one of the architectural tours in Chicago, oh my God, loved it. Wisconsin, loved it. Because I love Frank Lloyd Wright, and he has a house. If you've never seen it, you need to go to Frank Lloyd Wright house, and he has them in a lot of different places. So those are some things that you could do. Look at the architecture.
I love
Pretty
art.
cool. So, or we can do B. And for some reason, B is not coming up. So we're just going to say B. You can go to a nature retreat.
Well, by my house, there's a nature center, and I didn't know about it till my son was like, I guess 6, and someone told me about it, and it's really close to my house, and I never knew, and it is beautiful, and there's all kinds of animals. You can pet them, you cannot pet them if you don't want to, but it's local, and it's really
So you
inexpensive.
can go camping. You can go glamping. I would go glamping.
Mhm.
Or you can go stargazing. I don't think I could go stargazing. Every time I went to the planetarium, I'm going to tell you the truth.
I fell asleep.
I was out.
Me
I
too.
was like, oh, look at those stars. And by a billion years ago. And I'm like,
I fell asleep every time I've been.
personally, I didn't
But
know
I love that it's a really
stargazing.
good sleep. It's a really good sleep. It's like you're under the stars. You're safe because no one's gonna do anything. You
The
don't
first time I went stargazing, I was so upset. Okay. I thought it was going to be something about Star Wars.
Oh no!
I was
Really?
like, all right, what is this? I really thought it was going to be about Star Wars. You've got to look for certain constellations. Yeah, and I think this is something you have to be artistic because these constellations are not together. They're like, ooh, that made a dog. Did you see how it went like this? I'm like, oh, it made a ball. See how it goes up and down? Like,
I'm good at that. If they say, "Do you see the little dipper?" I'm like, "It's right there." Do you see the big dipper? I'm pretty good at that.
yeah, I'm not. So that is totally no go for me. But there are different apps out there that would help you. The apps Outly and Wild Swim will help you plan your vacation and how you can go to these different places. Outly, Outly, and Wild Swim. WILD swim. And I have used Wild Swim because Wild Swim shows you like the secret spots that you can go swimming in. That it's not like a swim spot, but you can go swimming at your own risk. Let me just tell you, do not say you heard it from Cash that you can go on Wild Swim or Outlet and you're going to be safe. You're not safe using this app. You're swimming where there's no lifeguard. If you cannot swim, you should not go.
Are you listening? If you cannot swim, you cannot go.
If you cannot swim, you should not go because you're swimming in little watering holes. There are no lifeguards. Okay. So sorry, I have to make that just very known.
Camping all over this country, and there's very expensive places that you can go camping, but there's inexpensive places that you can go camping that are safe. It's not like, oh, it's inexpensive, so you have to worry. It's the same thing. It's just not bougie. It's not glamping, but it's camping, and it's just as safe as if you were paying, whatever it is. So if you like camping, which yeah, no. But if Cash wants to go, if you want to go camping, Cash, there's plenty of inexpensive places where you can go camp. Not I. I'm like,
that would be another day's thing that I talk about my experience when I was little, and I'll never camp again. So, see, wellness and relaxation. So you can have a staycation about wellness and relaxation, and you can go to the spa. And there are spas so many places.
You could also plan your staycation at your home and plan, relaxing shower, masks for your face, doing your nails yourself. Like you can do your own day, like plan your own day for yourself without even leaving your house. I've done that on rainy days with my daughter when she was younger. I'm like, you know what? And we would put masks
So you're not
on.
by yourself. You're having a staycation with your daughter.
Right, but if she wasn't here, I would still do it. It's
Oh, you could have invited me over. But some of the few meditation retreats that you can go to is in Arizona. They have Canyon Ranch, Tucson. They have in California the spa at Palm Springs. They have
retreats.
there's Sojo in New Jersey. There's Spa Castle in New York. I mean, in
New
almost
Mexico,
every
10,000 waves.
yeah, there's so many places that you can go that it could be a relaxing day. So you don't have to come to New York. You don't have to go to all these different places. They probably have somewhere where you can just drive like 40 minutes and still get your
Yes,
spa on.
day spa. day spa. You're going there for the day. You're not spending the night. You're not spending hotel money. It's not like that. So, that's it. Yes, because I can only go to the day spa. I can't afford the sleepover. So yes, I do know the day spa.
All right, number 4. Oh, D. Sorry, D.
So cultural and creative. So what are we talking about? Like,
So you can like go to like a cultural fest that's in your area. Like right now, I looked it up. They have a mimosa fest. It's right in my area. I was like,
okay,
a
so why are we
mimosa
not going to
fest?
the Mimosa Fest? Is it this weekend?
Yeah, it was this weekend.
Just coming up. Or
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah,
so
mimosa.
Saturday. Why can't we go?
I guess we could go the mimosa fest.
Yeah.
You can, okay, she is talking about she's gonna have some type of allergic reaction because they're gonna use some champagne because she can only have one champagne in this world. She's gonna have a mimosa and
Maybe
be
I'm gonna have to bring
passed
my
out.
own mimosa. Like I'll bring my own in and I'll be drinking with everybody else the mimosa fest. Yes.
She'll be knocked out by her own self.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could take a cooking class. You could do like one of those paint and sip classes. They have crab fest going on everywhere. Shrimp fest. They have concerts in the park. They have movies in the park. My favorite drive-in movies. You could do a drive-in movie in your house.
Mhm. Outside, you can do it. We've
That
done,
used to be my favorite. Having drive-in movie and just in the backyard, sitting in a car.
and you can enjoy other cultures like Indian festival, Greek festival, Italian festival. Like there's all these festivals going on in the summer, and you
Indian festival. You want to have Indian food? Is what you're saying? No,
yes,
no.
I know
Okay.
you don't really like your Indian food, but I do like Indian food. But there's also the cultural, you can do whatever's your own culture. That's always fun. But I think it's fun to learn about somebody else's culture and learn, like, why are they throwing those colors on each other? Why are they eating the fish like that? And why are they whatever it is? I feel like that's also fun, and those are day things to do. But if you go online, you can find what's going on this week. So every week you could find out what's going on in your town or very close to your town for that week. And I used to do that all the time with my mom. Look and see what's going on this week and see if we want to do it. That's how we found out about the Italian festival in the city, because we were looking stuff up to do, and we found it, and I was like, oh, look at that. So, and then we started going almost every year after that. But I'm saying is there's so much in your own town, because people are celebrating their cultures and they welcome you. So,
Well, at least where we live, but let's just.
oh, you think some people would, well, if they're doing a public, I think if you're not going to knock on somebody's door at their house, but I'm like, if they're out in the park, I just think they'll be like, no, you cannot join. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I wouldn't want to offend anybody, but I feel like most of the park things for the public are for the public. Well, I've always joined in and no one stopped me, but I don't.
That's gonna be a show. I'm telling you now. Just like my neighbor welcomed her. I have yet to see my neighbor.
So what we're gonna we'll go to some festivals and see if we get kicked out. How's that get?
Mhm. So why have a staycation? Family fun.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Going to the
What do
beach with
you?
family. Oh my God. I do. I remember those days, packing up the car, like, getting everything together, walking a mile with all that stuff, the cooler, the chairs, finally get there, it starts raining, we're going back home, pack up the but you know,
Oh,
but
at least you got to go back home with it. Nope. If my dad packed up the car and we're going. He's standing outside and he's still fishing. And you play in the water if you want, but he's not going anywhere.
you were
Yeah,
fishing in the rain.
he's fishing in the rain, and
Fishing in the rain, but I've been fishing, but not in the rain.
yeah, too bad. It's raining. Oh, that's too bad for you because we're still staying here. We can sit in the car and play Connect Four or backgammon, but right, and it's hot. And you know they're not opening up any windows, right? So it's so you might as well just go stand in the rain and play in the beach because daddy's not going anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, daddy's not
Oh,
going
that's a look.
anywhere.
What you got? You got a fun memory there of your daddy playing,
That's
that, that was a fun memory. That's a fun memory.
that's traumatizing. Like, oh, we're playing Boggle now. Okay, an hour in. Is daddy ready to go? Hot. In that hot Thunderbird. We had a Thunderbird. That's all I can say. So, and they don't even make Thunderbirds anymore. So you know how long ago that was, right? Just saying. Yeah, but also you can camp in your backyard if you have a backyard. You can do scavenger hunts. You can read books. But this is the thing, family fun. Going to the aquarium. I'm telling you now, this is like I said, like sorry. You have people talking about their kids and you're like, okay, your kid is so great. But my son, yet again, I have to show,
Oh,
he went to the aquarium last Saturday. He's reading a book and he goes, fish, fish, fish. He's because there's a orange fish in the book and he goes crazy. He sees the fish and he goes running around the house and he points to his thing and he's a fish, fish, fish. And I'm like, yes, Papa. He loves the aquarium, and I gotta say thank you to my friends for encouraging me to go because he is all about the fish right now. Every time he fish, fish.
because now he's seen it live, not only in a book. He's
Yeah,
actually seen it
he's
live. He
actually
knows what
seen
that
it.
is. And that's so
I'm like,
exciting. It's so exciting for my kids to go to the aquarium. So I was like, you know, I loved the aquarium as a kid. As much as I didn't like museums, I loved the aquarium. So I was like, let's go. It's gonna be so exciting for him. He's very alert and very aware. So like we went to see Circus Soleil. I'm talking about Cash's son. And he had a great time. A lot of kids I looked around, they were sleeping. He's clapping and pointing. I'm like, holy cow, he was enjoying himself. So I was like, he's gonna love the fish, which he did.
he loved the fish and still loving the fish. And last but not least, luxury on a budget.
And like, what is that? Like a
Let
luxury?
me just tell you, because there are boutique hotels, and I've done boutique hotels. They're like little charming bed and breakfasts or whatever. But to do this show, I researched, and you can rent a cabin. And I'm like, okay, you can rent a cabin, you go glamping, that's good. You can rent a houseboat. It's on Airbnb. Girl, 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 girl. You can rent a houseboat. That that blew my mind. So luxury on a budget, you can go and rent a houseboat or have a fancy dinner at home or a top rated restaurant or to have takeout from the restaurant. But
Houseboat
girl,
sounds very nice.
yeah, you could do it in all the different places. They have it Erie, they have it in Savannah, they have it in California, they have it in Missouri, they have it in so many different places. Right? That would be like the awesome thing to do for your birthday party. Like, I rented a
I think
houseboat.
she's trying to give us a hint for her birthday. She's got the next birthday coming, so she's like, oh, maybe we can rent a house.
No, I think it'll be too cold by then. But that is a cool thing that you can rent a houseboat and it's on Airbnb. I was looking, I was like,
Well, you know what? They also have private camping that's not as expensive as you would think that it is. It's private camping. They actually set up on somebody else's property that the person knows that you're coming. So they have 30 acres, and they will let these people come, and they set up a tent with like a king size bed and flowers and like it's like, but you're outside, and but they make it look like you're inside, but you're still outside. You open up, you are open to the elements, but it is so romantic and so beautiful. And I thought it was very reasonable. Like it was as reasonable as staying at the Holiday Inn for a night. And I thought it was going to be so much more than that. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, and it's private. You know, it's just you and your honey, or you and your family, if you know whoever you want to invite. But it's you guys and no one else. There's no other people on this camping site, but it's you and your 30 acres. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. You don't like that? I would love to do it.
I just feel serial killish kind of vibes there. I don't know.
Wait, oh, you mean somebody might come and kill you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think about any kind of camping, except if you're in a cabin. But if you're in a cabin, I feel like they kick that door open, and what are you going to do? Like, so you know what? Just go ahead and have yourself a good time, because what are you going to do?
Everybody has their thing that they can do. It's not for me, but if you like it, if you like it,
I would definitely do private camping. I wouldn't. I'm not sleeping on anybody's sleeping bag, but I would sleep on a regular bed that they set up. Yeah, I would do it.
you do thing on.
Yes, I would do it.
You just that top hat that I really like. Just leave that for me before you go,
Okay.
just in case. Because no, 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 no. I can't. A bear comes out.
Well, if you're
No.
sleeping in a sleeping bag, a bear could come out too. Like so.
Exactly. I'm not keeping anywhere on 30 acres of nobody. No, ma'am. No, no.
It doesn't have to
They
be
just
30 acres. You
told
want to
us,
go in only 1 acre? You want 1 acre?
ma'am, I'm not doing it. Period. No go. This is a no go, no sale. And they just, you know where I used to live? They found a baby bear, and you know where there's a baby bear, there's a mama bear right at the school.
Well, my daughter was driving and she hit a bear.
Which I don't understand. What the heck? But anyway, at the end of this, no camping for me. Girl Scout camp has killed it.
Glamping for me, or private camping. I'll do private camping. I'm not sleeping on a sleeping bag. That's just not for me.
Okay, what's the difference between sleeping on a sleeping bag and sleeping on a rented mattress?
Because it's like sleeping in a hotel. But it's outside. It's like, do you know? Did you ever go on vacation and you're looking out? The doors open and your bed is outside. You know, so you're really outside. Like you totally open up and no. Well, it's like that to me. So it's not
No, it's
like
not.
not
Because as Karina said, I'm the only one with access. I open it up and I go to my room. I can go to my shower. I'm the
that's
only
true.
one.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I would definitely do. I'm not afraid to do that for some reason, and
I
I'm a
know.
very but
I'm very
I think
proud of
that's
you.
romantic, and I would want to do it. So
Okay. You think it's because it's romantic you want to do it, so you wouldn't do it with like your family or kids.
I would
You
do it
just want
with
to
the
do it
family.
with
I
your
think
partner.
that romance does not only it's not just. I think there's a lot of romantic things that you do with your family that's just really beautiful, and I think I would do it with my family, but my kids are older now. They'd be like, nah, like I mean, my headphones came out. But if they were older, I mean, if they were younger, I would do it with them. But if they're not gonna be coming with me camping now. They're gonna be like, Mom, are you serious?
What? Why not? What? That
Because
doesn't even make
neither
sense.
one of them, Tally might, but neither one of them want to be camping. So I would have to talk them into it. Like they don't want to go on a sleeping bag. They won't want to be sleeping outside. They neither one of them. So
Nope, I sure don't.
I don't have anybody like that would do it.
Oh, that's so sad. All right. Well, staycation.
What is wrong with you? I think it's a great. It's very
You
nice.
don't have to go away to get away. So, staycation, we have sold our different types of staycation. Our aids starting off was Urban Explorer. I don't know why you're looking on your thing instead of looking at the screen. It's right on the screen. B.
Nature retreat.
C. Wellness and relaxation.
Cultural and creative.
E. Family fun. Get to that beach or park. Amusement park. We forgot to talk about amusement parks. But you already know. Amusement parks in F.
Oh, you said look, luxury on a budget. But we said Coney Island that you went on vacation.
Yeah. So I love going to Coney Island. We walked on the boardwalk.
Beaches. Those are all inexpensive things to do.
Yeah, so you know what? If you're going to have a staycation, share with us. Let us know that you did it. And you can share it with us and put a hashtag. Put the hashtag DNC we did it. So if you did it, share BNC we did it. If you went on a staycation, any of the things that we suggested, the urban explorer, nature retreat, wellness, relaxing, any of it, share it with us. Be like hashtag BNC we did it.
I went kayaking and it cost nothing to go kayaking in the reservoir. It was you don't have to pay.
So
Well, we had
share. If you're watching us right now, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and like button. Share this podcast with one of your friends, your mother, your uncle, your cousin. Share it with somebody. Just one person. Just one person. That's all we're asking. Like us, love us. We love you.
Yeah.
So where are we from where can they find our podcast?
They can find our our podcast on right now on YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, it'll take you straight to the YouTube page. Right, we're trying to get back on some of the other things. We are not. We're Cash is producing us, so we're working on that. We don't have our regular producer, and until he's back, we're just trying to keep it going and seeing maybe we'll soon be on the. Oh, thank you. We'll be on, the regular stations, but right now we're on. If you go on Facebook, you'll see us, and it'll take you right to YouTube, and you'll see us there. And that's what, is there any place you think that we are that you know about that I don't know about yet?
Absolutely not. I was just trying to get that radio plug in. So share your plans with us. The hashtag VNC, we did it.
Plans with us. Whatever you do, if you're going away on vacation, I want to know where you're going this summer, what you're doing. If you're going to Puerto Rico, let me know. Take me with you.
Yeah, to go see Bad Bunny, right? Those tickets sold out. But anyway, join us next week on Relationship-ish. We're going to be cooking up something naughty for the summer. Cooking up something naughty. And I want to thank everybody who's chimed in. I want to thank our connection crew for joining us.
So much.
This is our Relationship-ish podcast. We talk about the cornerstone of every relationship, connection. And we're your hosts.
I'm V.
And this is Cash. And how would you like to go out, V?
Wait, I want to say that. Wait, no, never mind.
You know those new dispensaries? I'm just gonna say.
I know. I was just reiterating that it's important to go to treat yourself to a staycation. If you can't afford to go somewhere, you deserve to. If we work too hard, then we deserve to have a staycation.
And don't let it be that you have no money while you're not having a staycation.
Right.
So
Because there's plenty of
do
food
it.
anyway.
Join us next week. We're talking about cooking up something naughty for the summertime. You have a good week and happy 4th of July.
I want my red. Well, I didn't have any red, but the lipstick. I have red lipstick. How about I bought the blue and white, but I was like,
those dispensaries. Love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
And I always do that.